Hi everybody, we're back. It's Miss Berger, and today we're learning about how to write the proper thesis statement for colleges. Now, first of all, if it looks like I'm in a storage cabinet, I pretty much am. I'm down at the tech department, but we've tried to make a flipped piece for you so that you get some notes about the thesis statement before you get to revise your own tomorrow. So with that said, I'm going to ask you in just a second to pay close attention, to take notes, and truly to mute the music after maybe a second or two if it gets to be kind of obnoxious. It will. Now, with that said, let's begin the thesis statement. Welcome back, everybody. I hope that rocked your world. Nice pun, right? Terrible pun, but most are. Now, let's get back on topic. We're now going into some practice, 4 practice items about a thesis statement. You can see that we're looking to see if it is strong, marked with a wobbly red plus, or weak, marked with a minus symbol. And so, let's take a look at number 1. Now, we're looking at these 4 items based on the video's information. So disregard conventions or small errors. Those obviously can be polished later. Right now, think about what the video has taught us. Number 1, in 2 Wild Forests, Smith proves that internal struggle is beneficial. Take 3 seconds. Think to yourself, is it strong or weak, positive or minus? If you marked a positive, you are correct. This is a strong thesis statement for many reasons. We know the book title, we know the author, those are both used concisely, which works well. But mainly, it's an arguable thesis. It talks about internal struggle, which is more of that emotional word, and then it makes an argument that struggle is beneficial. Not everybody would agree with that, which makes it a good argument, and it's not a fact. So again, positive stuff going on. As long as they can prove it with evidence in their book, they're on the right track. Number 2, in Twain's fiction, Huck discovers that equality is important. Take 3 seconds, think to yourself, is it positive or negative, strong or weak? You're right if you actually said this is a weak thesis, a minus. There are many reasons why, but first of all, Huck is going to be a character's name, right? And we can't use characters' names because a thesis statement must be universal. It can't just apply to Huck. He's just a character in a book. It has to apply to all of us. Now, the other part, equality is important, well, I sure hope that's a fact to all of us. And if it's a fact, then it's not a good thesis. So those are the 2 main reasons this would be a weak thesis. Number 3. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, according to Ross. Take a couple seconds, positive or negative. If you said this too is a negative statement, you're correct, because this is going to be a weak thesis, because it's a cliche, right? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's something right out of the fairy tale books of Cinderella and many others. Now, with that said, if you didn't know it was a cliche, and P.S., cliche, overused term, then that's all right. But just realize if it's something that everybody can kind of fill in the blanks with, a cliche can be overused and therefore not a good, unique thesis. Going on to the next one, Jones argues that anger is the best of emotions. Assume Jones is going to be our author. If you mark down that this was a plus, a strong thesis, you're right on the money. Even though it is very short, and we could add some small things if we really wanted to, right now we're focusing on the big ideas. And it is arguable. Not many of us would believe that anger is the best of emotions, but clearly, if it's arguable, it makes a really good thesis. Again, as long as their paper proves it with evidence from their book, they're in great shape. So right now, you've got practice, and if you need some help, tomorrow is the day in class, and then besides that, you need for homework tonight to do the next step. Yes, there is a next step. Take a look at your thesis from the summer reading, and polish it up. Try to write down a better one in any way based on the video. If you feel like it's perfect, so be it. But I gotta be honest, the best of authors say that the blank page is the scariest part, and they need a lot of revision too. Take some time to revise is my main point here. You'll write it down, bring it on a piece of paper, and we'll be ready to work together then and get help as needed. Nice job today. I hope you learned something, and we'll communicate more tomorrow. Bye-bye.